Devus postulite rurana con poresti audita. Caien vide nove, silentigas duonon della mondo. Filino, fratino, i cani, i patrino, i defendente demona in ago indeni frato. I laki alo, che ni ne nia pova su nuigi. Esta si magita povo kaiji sen fina serciado. Fantomo cun vera corpo, movado cun vera celo. Voccio pelata de colero, tiui vorto estas la frapo, kiu mi rigas vin, tiu mesaggio mi esperas revenigas la equilibron. Centru vin me, filinoi, fratinoi, kai niai patrinoi, defendente demonai nago indene frato.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Raman Wukong. This is Block by Block, your monthly crypto update. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I don't know what happened with the software. It crashed, and when I reloaded, it had to start the broadcast all over. We will fix that later. Let us jump right into it. Starting with the elephant in the room, on Friday, October 10th, 19 billion with a B were lost in crypto liquidations. These were mostly over-leveraged market positions. Actual real-world values, at least in this article, reportedly are about 2.5 billion or 2.85 billion for traders. Other articles have put it actually closer to 4 billion. Analysts say, as if that makes it any better. We're talking about billions of dollars gone. There is, however, one trader that saw gains and not negatives, as the Fantas-Fascist youngest crutch goblin raked in about $150 million in value in mere seconds from the tariff announcement that sent the rest of the market into a downward spiral. I'm sure there's nothing and absolutely no insider trader that was going on here. World Liberty financially is inching closer towards crypto being a regulated commodity, and to no one's surprise, this is the company in which Barron is heavily leveraged in, whose founders, his brothers, Fugly and Cokehead the Clown, this all seems like it's on the up and up. Their overall goal seems to be to want to leverage real estate and tokenize it, which I have been convinced that these two chuckle fucks are just throwing around buzzwords to sucker in more money from rubes. This is likely to cover up something illegal, but nobody actually gives a shit. Nobody actually looks at these two, and as long as they're in power, nobody will. Their firm, World Liberty Financial, seems largely over-leveraged and built on hype and buzz. I would avoid this at all cost, as actual watchdog agencies warn of scammers as they rack up their activity in this alleged bull run cycle. As the U.S. cracks down on a singular $15 billion scandal involving a Cambodian billionaire, this scam involved fake love, forced labor, and whipping of the non-consensual kind. I'm not even kidding. You can't make this shit up. This does, however, remind me, floggings will continue around here until morale improves. The G20 has expressed major concerns over huge gaps in global oversight of countries attempting to regulate the crypto markets. These concerns have largely been focused on stablecoins, but it should be of note that this comes on the heel of exchanges being the target of raids and confiscations by governments for failure to comply with KYC requirements. This comes as the U.S.'s new stance on a positive outlook on the crypto markets, while it is draped entirely all of red flags, as oversight seems to be non-existent to absolutely nobody's surprise. The U.S. is not alone in this, as EU members as well are having issues with crypto as an emerging market for trading. Regardless of the G20's concerns, however, and giving a shit about nothing and nobody, the U.S. moves forwards in crypto banks, as the U.S. is starting with Erebor Bank. I believe that is this guy right here. Their goal is to be the national charter. I'm going to pause for a second right here. The whole point of crypto was to move away from this kind of foolishness. You know what the fuck I mean? And now it seems like we're rushing to the bottom of valueless projects and tokens and pictures of apes. And I think that's really at the core of what this race to the bottom is. I think we as a community really need to start focusing on projects with real goals and utility, not just some new hype, hotness bullshit. AI slot factories like Sora, useless Web3 promises, all overshadow the actual technology progression. And I think it's finally time we say, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. I'm going to pass on all this bullshit. Because it's shit like this, right here. They move towards a bank to centralize cryptocurrencies. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that at all. And in one glimmer of hope, to wrap up this trending downhill downhill month of depressing crypto news, a rare glimmer of hope emerges as Australia says fuck off to crypto ATMs as a concern of money laundering and abuse. Shocker. To which I say, fuck yeah. Look, I am all for crypto and getting out there to the masses and the everyday person, but these kind of solutions are not the way, okay? This is all just noise and chatter that ultimately cheapens the industry as a whole and makes the digital era look like one giant modern snake oil pit. And I have to admit, at the central point of that comes my own country. Look, again, I'm happy that crypto is getting out there, but it is so depressing to open up the social media apps, which you guys already know that I hate, and just see the drivel and slop, and nothing's really progressed. I thought Mt. Gox would have shown us something. No. I thought the collapse of FTX would have changed something. No. They're all still diamond hands and apes this and no. I really think we as a community need to start taking a stand and saying enough of this. Focus on projects that have real world utility. I know that currently Bitoreum does not, but we are moving towards that end. It's going to be a long uphill battle. S-Mart is one of them. As many of you know right now, it just points to our eBay store, right? Oh, sorry. Right? But we do intend to actually have a cryptocurrency focused store. By the way, go ahead and buy anything you want here. It helps us out immensely, pay for some of these things like getting on the new exchange. We're still 3,000 shy, which we can't even start talking about until the quarterly reports are done, end of January? Something like that. And at that point, we get to determine how much money we have towards getting into a new exchange. And Brave, will you fuck off with doing that pop-up? You scare the shit out of me every time. Anyway, one of the biggest focuses for us is to get this store off of eBay and onto an actual marketplace. These things take time, so for the time being, it points here. But a lot of this and other inventory will be available. On that note, we also have one more week until we are deprecating the Get Down Bitoreum promotion. Next week will be the last announcement in our dead letter section, hence the title screen up here. That is what we will have next week. And a note about that, next week's broadcast will not be live. It will be pre-recorded. So if you have questions that you would like filed, you have until about Wednesday evening to get those in so I can get them recorded Thursday. And then the video will drop at the same time on Sunday. Biggest reason is my birthday is the following week, and a lot of my family wanted to get together and do, I think, Sunday morning brunch next week. And that will conflict with me getting here on time because I will feel like a complete fat ass. And there are many things I am in life, but Boo Boo the Fool is not one of them. So when somebody says, we're taking you out for free food, you say, fuck yes, what time? So on that note, next week's broadcast will not be live. It will be pre-recorded, a first for us. We will continue live broadcasts thereafter, just this one weekend because of timing schedules and irregularities and all that kind of stuff. The alternative is for me to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and come do this live, but I don't think anybody will actually enjoy that, even though we do have many international followers. Go ahead and give us a like and follow for this. If you want to see more crypto news, I do hope that next month's crypto news, mean, it has to be more positive than this. This was extremely depressing to read. And I mean, yes, a lot of it was based on the $19 billion lost in crypto markets. And, you know, a lot of these industries, they thrive on negative news, but not a lot of positives coming out right now. That said, our Get Down bonus will be the last of its kind, but we will be replacing it with a new bonus that we will announce next week. So that means we are still giving away monthly 2 million Bitoreum out of the developers pool. We're just changing how we do it, and it will involve our s-mart.cc website. Anyway, folks, that's going to wrap it up for me this week. Sorry about the technical difficulties at the beginning of the broadcast. I look forward to seeing you all next week. Although you won't be seeing me live, you will be seeing a recorded video. But I still look forward to all of your questions, concerns. Go ahead and file them in any way that you can, and I will read them off live on next week's broadcast. Only I won't be live. See you next week.